I smoked cigarettes for over 30 years. Let's find out what I did to finally quit. Welcome, internet video watcher, to Breaking Free with Common Sense. I'm your host, Perry, and today we're going to talk about quitting smoking. First, I got to give you a little background. I started smoking, I was in my early 20s, and I remember a coworker where I used to work. I worked at Radio Shack, if you can believe it. And I had that first cigarette and I got lightheaded and all woozy, and I pretty much was addicted from that point on. I'm not 100% sure what my habit was at that point, but I'm fairly certain I was a pack a day guy for the whole time. And then for several decades, I was pretty much a Marlboro Light smoker. And naturally, anybody that smokes and has half a brain tries to quit a lot of times during their career of smoking. I tried gum. I think I did the patches a few times. Nothing really stuck, maybe a week at the most. Every attempt I made at quitting for the whole time was a failure. But then the last 10 years, I started like fine tuning my smoking. I know I went from smoking the Marlboros because I found out all the crap they put in it besides tobacco. They put the fiberglass, and I heard all sorts of rumors. Who knows what was true or not? But I went to American Spirits because those were natural cigarettes, organic. I even started smoking menthol because I just enjoyed them better. I like the American Spirits particularly because they didn't smoke as fast. Marlboros went, and then you just had another one. It was crazy, but the American Spirits were a little bit denser, and I was able to, I guess, save money on them, even though they were creeping up in price. Speaking of price, the last few years, it really were like the nail in the coffin when smoke started getting up to around $10 a pack. Um, and to this day, in 2025, I think I saw at the store they were $15 a pack for American Spirit, and I think they might even be closer to $20 in New York City. So one of the things I did rather than go crazy quitting is I found a way to smoke for less, and that means I went to the roll your own cigarette era, I guess you could say. This started around 2020. I started rolling my own. It was pretty good because for like 90% less than buying a pack of cigarettes from the stores. And I didn't go because I remember trying a long time ago, like those rolling machines, these metal things, and they were awful. They never worked. But I got the Rolls Royce, no pun intended, of rolling machines, this Stuff-O-Matic, whatever it's called. It could make a carton of cigarettes in like half an hour. It was really great. And it paid for itself in 30 days because it was literally like a dollar or two a pack instead of $10 a pack. By the way, the price and my health weren't the only reasons I was thinking about quitting. It was smoking in general was annoying. Annoying for me to smoke and annoying for others to be around me. Like I would have to all figure out all these different kind of ways to sneak a cigarette in. I'd go on a drive. I'd volunteer to go and run every single errand in the house so I could smoke in peace without being judged. And that was annoying. And not only was it annoying to hide my smoking from my family, but it was also annoying to clean up afterwards because people would smell it. You could smell when someone had a cigarette. It's disgusting. It's on your fingers. I had hand sanitizer. At home here, I even had a smoking jacket and smoking gloves. I had a different hat I would wear. I did everything. I had hand sanitizer on my face. I went through a lot of hoops to continue my smoking habit. But I'll tell you, going from Marlboros to American Spirits to rolling my own sort of was a blessing in disguise because I believe that is really one of the things that helped me quit because not having the additives in the tobacco when I went cold turkey on April 4th, 2023, 4-4. So it's like I quit for forever. It's a kind of a stupid thing I made up. I didn't pick that day for that reason, but by just stopping cold turkey after smoking roll your own for a couple years, a year or two, I can't remember if I even made 2 years, was a godsend because I was able to quit. It wasn't really that bad. The only thing I remember in the beginning that was a little bit of a hiccup, I didn't cheat once, but I had the feeling of wanting to cheat. So what I would do a couple things. I mean, I would smoke my fingers to get that inhale feel, and I would pretend, and it took like 2 or 3 puffs, and the craving would go away. It was like muscle memory. Like this was a thing I did every day, 20 times a day. And it was that helped. And but the other things that would trigger that feeling is like when I went on a drive I had a stressful moment, or if I even had just free time, if I was alone, I would always want to smoke. So whenever I was alone, I would want a cigarette. So I would do this. So that's basically how I quit. It just was a accidental thing. And I'll tell you this much: I have an hour extra, at least, free time every day now that I'm not smoking. So we'll talk more about what I've done with this free time that I found by quitting all these bad things. So we'll talk about that in a future video. Do you have any problems quitting, or do you have any success stories quitting? Sorry, I'm just back in the vlogging again after a couple 4 years. If you have any comments or you want to share, ask questions, just put them in the comments and I'll see if I can get back to them. See you later.